This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so it's 9:30 a.m., guys. It's time to start this conference today. So let's do it. We are 20 or more than 20 people, so that's quite success. Thank you very much for your time. So first thing, good morning to everybody. As I said, my name is Borja Chiribella, and I'm sales director for some territories. Most of you, you know me already. And if not, I hope we can meet soon. Let's see. So I'm glad to open it from my home office because in Spain we are all confined. This is the ninth week already, and it seems it's gonna last a bit more. Okay, so welcome to this first edition of the Brainstorm Virtual Reseller Training, and thanks goodness everyone at Brainstorm is doing well, and we really hope this is also the case with you as well, guys, since you are considered part of our extended family in your different countries. So, as I said, this is the first edition of this training. Okay, we're doing this virtually, and this training, this technical training for resellers will start tomorrow. Actually, today is just an introductory session, and it will last around 2 weeks. So we'll start tomorrow, May 12th, till next Monday, 25th of May. And the reason we are taking in total a bit more than 2 weeks is because this Friday it's bank holiday in Madrid. So we are going to make a break on Friday. So it means that over the next 2 weeks, we all have an appointment with Brainstorm engineers from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Madrid time. During that time, four of our engineers from the Brainstorm Services Department will explain a different topic to you each day, as you could see on the agenda. Okay, in the agenda, you could see that it will take from tomorrow 12 to May 22nd, but because of this last change, okay, it will last one day more until Monday 25th. Okay. So for those who have attended previous editions of this training, you know that it's held at the Brainstorm Training Center in Madrid office. Okay, so but now due to coronavirus, there is no other option to do it other than online. Okay, so this situation represents really a great challenge for everyone, not only from the point of view of health, which is the most important, but also for everyone as a professional, and of course also for Brainstorm staff. And especially due to the short time we had to adapt our day to new circumstances. And we had to do some actions quite quickly, such as most of us, they will sound quite familiar to you. For example, teleworking. Overall, it was easy since most of us just need a good internet connection and a laptop to do our job. But it has a significant emotional impact at the beginning, to be honest. Managing the health of our elders and with children roaming around at home full time, which, as I said, is still a challenge because, at least in Spain, schools are closed and will be closed the whole course, academic course. Another action, okay, so we had to adapt this to do all our installations and trainings remotely, both for clients and partners like this one. Okay. And we are happy because we have already done several remote installations and training successfully. I will show you some of them in a few minutes. Another action we took was to celebrate our first virtual NAB 2 weeks ago. No one actually could have imagined it a year ago when we were in Las Vegas, but I mean, we got it. And actually, it was an amazing success. So we double leads, and you will have soon news from that, okay? Because we are going to distribute the leads to, I mean, by territories. So we will send you the leads of your market respectively. By the way, we have now this week the second round of the NAB, virtual NAB. So if you skip the previous one for whatever reason, please do not miss to register on our website during this week. There in the website, you can find really great webinars on Infinity Set version 4 with native and real integration, which has been really, really successful. And what is also a webinar about the workflow and augmented reality and Aston motion graphics. So this is an example of missions that we have to do, as I was telling you, and all of them, they have a common disadvantage, which basically is that we have less physical contact with everybody, co-workers, partners, and clients, which is quite painful in a company like Brainstorm for all of you that know us. Okay, so we are quite a familiar company, and we need this in some way. But this is the circumstances. There's nothing else we could do, as I said. And also, after a few weeks, we admit that the new situation also has great advantages for us that we have experienced already. For example, one is we can be closer to our partners and clients to have a better understanding of the new situation and needs. Just when the confinement started here in Spain, we made a round calling calling our partners and clients to see what was the situation there and what they need, right? And for example, we have extended free temporary licenses to allow some customers to continue working with Brainstorm from home. And, we still the use of this, the still and the use and the support of those licenses. We are doing quite close, and well, hope this will be translated in repeat business from those customers in the future. Let's see, right? You never know. And also, this current situation urged many companies, mainly outside of the broadcast industry, to move from the real to the virtual world, which is in essence what Brainstorm has been doing since its founded in 1993. So that's really a great one for Brainstorm. And this is something that we found out during the last weeks, right? And this transition from the real to the virtual world is especially important for companies that traditionally involve meeting people, their business, right? So, and I have some current cases that we're working on currently. I'm not going to reveal the name of all of them, okay, depending on if they already sign a contract with us or not yet. But for example, we have a cyber sports company in Russia. We also have a music events company in Lithuania, an events agency in Greece, a music events company in Argentina, a leadership forum in LATAM. So they obviously cannot congregate the people as usually they did, and they want to make a different panel of expertise and so on, and make it a broadcast then, right? And we have also Overlap, which is a consulting company operating in Spain and Latam, and they do corporate trainings. And we have MIC, which is a corporate presentations company in the US, and I will show you a clip of them in a few minutes. Also, we have AEDAS. AEDAS is a Spanish real estate company with global reach. So, and they are selling houses virtually now. And we also have Nominari in Switzerland. It's about let's say, the virtualization of the largest medical congress in the country. So I will let Marcus, after my speech, which is the CEO of IT-Com4Media, Brainstorm partner in German-speaking markets, to explain you some details of this customer requirement, because I think it's could be quite useful to you. So, having said that, I would say please pay special attention to a very trendy and new client. And this is basically an events company of all kinds of events like concerts, corporate presentations, and training, looking for a solution, right? So because this is basically the radiography of most of the cases we are working on, and I listed you above, right? My conclusion is that we are in front of a promising scenario for Brainstorm and for all Brainstorm partners. With many companies, we can give the key to reinvent themselves because they need to. Basically, due to the current limitation of meeting people today and very likely also in the future. So, before I let Eric and Francisco from sales department to talk about the resources available in our web and marketing portal, which has been always there, but now it's more important than ever, right? Because it's amazing how many resources you can find there, guys, to defend the promotion of Brainstorm products and services. Especially now that, unfortunately, we cannot support you on site as we are used to. Before that, I would like to show you the videos of MIG in the US, which is this corporate presentation company, and AEDAS. Okay, so let me share my screen. Can you see my screen, guys?
No.
No?
Unfortunately not.
No.
Okay, so I'm having this kind of issues. This is another disadvantage I didn't mention of being confined, and is that my internet connection at home is not the same I had in the office. So, but I have my resources already, and I ask my colleagues, Eric and Francisco, to have a copy of these clips. So I will ask them, please, to show these videos.
I think everyone can see my screen now. Please confirm.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
So-
MIG.
Yeah.
This is the US company, and this is its CEO. And this company, they do corporate presentations. And product promotion. So it was the first experience of us doing a remote installation and training, and it was really successful. Okay, thank you. So we can see now AEDAS.
Yeah, I have it here. Yeah.
So again, it's a virtual set and selling houses. Those guys actually, they have a double challenge today, to be honest, with all the restrictions to tourism in Spain. So as you could see, the quality of the video and some details, like for us, they are quite important, like shadows and so on. But what this kind of this profile of customer is not that demanding, okay, like our broadcast customers. So this is also this is also a good thing, okay, because it helps us to close the deal, I mean, quite quickly. Okay. So, guys, this is what I wanted to explain to you. Thank you very much for your attention. And now I'm going to let Eric and Francisco to move forward, explaining all the resources you have available on our website and marketing portal. And after them, I know Anastasio Moreno, who is one of the teachers during this training, and also our pre-sales manager. He will explain you about the agenda and how it will work. Okay, which is going to be the format of this virtual training. So thank you very much, and thank you very much for your attention, and nice to talk to you. So Eric, I think. Oh, sorry, I forgot one thing. Marcus, you there?
Yes, I'm there. I was surprised that you forgot me.
Sorry for that.
Don't worry.
I mentioned you, okay, during my speech, and sorry to commit you and to compromise you, but I think it's very important to have Marcus feedback about what happened in Switzerland last week. Okay, so because it's a very fresh case, and it's a quite common or quite typical example of what it's happening, or this profile of customers that just pop up since the beginning of the confinement and is knocking to our door, right? So if you can explain some details of this case, Marcus, I think it would be quite useful for the rest of us, please.
Yes, sure. I will do. Could you allow me to share my screen?
I think we need to give you the right?
Yeah. Let me check. Where are you, Marcus? Okay. You are Anchor right now, so you should be able to.
Excellent. So I have to look for my main screen. This is the wrong one. So here we go. What I would like to show you is just a quick example of the production Nominari in Switzerland. It's a company that their core business is already to provide web presentations and so on to corporates and so on. And during the COVID crisis, they got a lot of let's say inquiries to provide anything else. And there is a congress, a medicine congress in Switzerland. This year, the 6th time the congress is held. But because of the crisis, it's completely empty. The room is completely empty. So they decided to go virtually. And I talked to Nominari already since October last year for doing the planning of their investment for end of this year. But due to Corona, some things goes a little bit quicker. And we'll tell you a little bit more about the scheduling afterwards. But have a short look to what they have done. It's unfortunately it's in Germany, but I think you cannot see the audio. So what they have done is they have the Congress room, have built a provisional green screen, as you see, have built the lights and so on, and everything what they have done is completely virtual with one Infinity set without trackings. So they are only working with static cameras and using the track-free functionality. Okay, the most important thing is that beginning from the inquiry of Nominari to the realization of the project means to realize this Congress was within 14 days. So definitely they have inquired me to propose them a virtual set. We talked a lot about how quick could we get them on stage and get them so confident to yeah, let's say that they are willing and not afraid of to doing such things in life the first time in their life. And yes, we have done, and it was very successful because it starts with the inquiry, then the quotation, the PO realization, the hardware comes on site. It's put everything together, and the complete installation and training was done remotely by Miguel Añoro within 2 days. And after 2 days, they have just playing around and improved some things in terms of their production. And then they have done the Congress, and the Congress was ended last Friday, and it was very, very, very successful. The end user, the customer, it is a hospital which provides the Congress every year. It was so impressed that they think about for doing this for the live audience, for show in their rooms, but also but in front of GREE to reach a bigger audience by using the virtual set in the future. So in the end, it was a quick deal. It was a lucky shot, we would say, but it was very successful, and yeah, it has been worked very reliable, and everything was happy.
Thank you, Marcus. And I mean, the idea is or the agreement with Jens Lampe, who is the guy of Nominari, is to build a case study, which I hope we can have within the next few weeks. So we will be sharing this with all of you in order to help also with your promotion. Okay, so thanks again, Marcus, and I think now it's just time for Eric and Francisco.
Yep. Let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. What I want to do now is just a quick overview of our website for those of you who are not familiar with it, and to show you all the information that we have available here and how it can be useful for you. Here we have the cover of the website where we have normally our latest news or our more important news. And now we have our virtual NAB week, the second round. Well, I take the opportunity to remind you that you can invite all your leads. It's open for registration for the webinars this week. So please share it also this week. If we go to the most important part for you of our website, which is product and solution, is where we will find pretty much all that you will need to follow a lead and to cover the initial steps of a sale. Here we have a very detailed explanation of every aspect of Infinity Set. So starting from the beginning, we have just a 2-paragraph explanation of Infinity Set, why we should you should buy our products. And here we have something new. Is the Infinity Set version 4 description, and its main innovation are very well explained. For example, we have layers, we have the new integration with Unreal, you have the explanation and images to support this, as well the Unreal Engine controller, So very useful information that you can follow, starting from the top. If you have a new lead and they don't have a clear idea of Infinity Set, just come here, and from the beginning you can just follow the path, and you have pretty much all the important information covered. Continuing here, we have more things such as real-time ray tracing, PBRs. If we go to more information, we have additional information of all, like a more technical description of all this, of real-time ray tracing, PBRs, and pretty much everything, every technical aspect that might be tricky. Just come here and you'll find an answer to it. So pretty much everything that you ask us, Francisco and I, on the first step of sale, you can come here and find an answer. Diagrams, and of course data sheets to support all those explanation material that you can send, of course, to your leads and customers. So very useful information. If we continue down, we have diagrams and description of aspects of Infinity Set that are not new anymore, but are still important, and things as drug-free even more important now. You have videos to support each one of those capabilities, even some of our clients, free walking, hands tracking, and if you go down, you also have a description of our licenses and of our hardware recommendation. This is a pretty common doubt that you ask Francisco and I. What are the certified workstations that we recommend for each client? Can they go with a lower workstation or a cheaper one? Because okay, this is what we recommend, and you have it here. So no need to waste time just asking us. Maybe then it will take us a few days to answer to you, and if the lead is hot, here you can come and just find a very quick answer. Gallery of images, such things, and diagrams that can be as well tricky, and a very good support to explain it to your customers. We go to Aston, it's pretty much the same thing. Here we have a detailed explanation of everything, including videos and all the information that you will need. We keep this website updated, so just come here regularly and you'll find our latest products or latest case studies. If you go here, for example, to plugins, you will find we don't have yet videos or things like that, but here we have registered our latest plugin, the 360 plugin, which is pretty much new, and here it is. So just keep yourself updated, and please come regularly to the website to find our latest news. Other important aspects that you will find here are, for example, news from latest installation and events that we have. For example, the NAB week that we did a couple of weeks ago. Here you can have everything, and please forward it to your potential clients and actual clients. Everything is here and free to share. Of course, for obvious reasons, events is pretty much empty right now, but if you continue to support, you have as well our customer support policy. You have as well our latest releases, and very useful information for your day-to-day sales. In partners, you can find, for example, the trackings that we support. If you have a doubt and some lead ask, just come here. You can find Moses, Encam, Sotoku, Stripe. So just pretty much everything regarding our products is here. Where to buy is where you will find your companies. So if you go here, just make sure that your company is here, and our leads will find your information and contact information here. And of course, you have links to our LinkedIn website, our YouTube channel, our Vimeo channel. So just as I said, please use this website for your day-to-day sales process. And for the first steps, we are really working hard to make it very useful. And we think it is. So please use it. And now I think Francisco is going to explain to you and show you our marketing website.
Yeah,
right.
Thank you, Eric. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay,
Yep.
So I'm going to share my screen. Well, the first thing I wanted to say, thank you very much for attending. In this part of the session, I'm going to talk about our marketing portal. The marketing portal was built because we saw that many of our resellers and customers were asking for information, and we thought about creating this hub to compile all the information we have, like marketing, pre-sales, everything in one page. So I wanted to show you, all of you can access this marketing portal. If you don't have credential, please write me and I will provide you with your username and your password. And this is pretty much what the marketing portal is. There are 6 sections, and I'm going to click in each one to tell you what you can find and what is the latest things we have uploaded. So let's start with the brochures section. In this part of the marketing portal, you will find datasets and product brochures. Datasets are, let me show you one over here, are the typical handout we have or we give during exhibitions. So it's just a one-page document explaining very basic things for each product. So you can find Infinity, Aston, Neuron. All our products have had data sheets, and they are ready to print, and even you can add your logo. We have a version for resellers to add their logos. It's very simple, very straightforward, very useful in exhibitions. Then we have the product brochure, which is a longer version with a lot of details. Let me open this one of Infinity Set. The idea is that, for example, if a customer asks you, is there any information? This is a very good example because you will be able to show descriptions of every feature. So let's go to page 3, and you can see that we have dynamic light control, we have the focus, we have virtual shadows, a definition of each of our unique selling points. Okay, you have the track free. We explain with images what is the 3D presenter, and in the last page there is a very useful table here on the right hand side where we explain for each license. As you know, we have Infinity Set Plus Track, we have Infinity Set, and then we have Infinity Set Lite. You will find in this table what are the different capabilities or what are the differences between each license. Okay, so this is a very good example of very useful information we found in the brochure. Okay, what else can we find? Also, we have corporate brochures. The typical corporate brochure we have is, for example, the customer support. Sometimes you have tenders and they ask you, what is Brainstorm customer support? Well, in this PDF, we give explanation of the kind of support we have. So we have support via web, we have support via telephone, and also via email. So as you can see, the marketing department did a really nice job presenting all this information in a very nice way. Okay. So now I'm going to move to the corporate section. This one is very useful. I will go with the most useful section, which is the PowerPoint presentations. What we have done is we have created different PowerPoints to explain with images and videos the different products we have. So if you have a company profile for Brainstorm, you have for Infinity, for Aston, for Neuron, for every and each product we have. They are in English and in Spanish. And I'm going to show you, for example, the Infinity Set ones. So for example, if you need to give a presentation to one of your customers in their facilities, this PowerPoint could be useful because what we give you is details about everything. So we explain the track-free features, you see the videos, we show everything you saw on the brochure, we saw it here with videos, okay? And what else can we find in the corporate? Well, you can find logos, you can find product icons, and also you can find, for example, small texts, like, for example, if you want to publish something about Brainstorm in a newspaper, we have already compiled these different kind of explanations of about Brainstorm, different length, and together you can add all those different clips I showed you before about the logos. Okay, now I'm going to move to the third part of the marketing portal. What you will find here is all the different articles we have published or they have mentioned Brainstorm. So for example, if your social media would like to publish any relevant news about Brainstorm, you can find it over here. And also you can find the case studies. As Borja said before, we ask our customers to write case studies about their example. You will find in here case studies about TVN in Chile, AEDAS Home, as Borja showed in the video, Worldwide Wrestling. And what we do is we explain in these case studies, for example, the election nights that happen in Chile. So when customers ask us, do you have any relevant installation? This is a very good way to show them what we are able to do. You saw these case studies. Okay. And you can find them. Let me show you now the fourth part of the presentation of the marketing portal. What we have here are all the images you saw on the Brainstorm webpage are here. So if you would like pictures about Infinity Set, eStudio, or Corporate, you can find it over here. So if you want to post something in social media, you can get all the images we have here. And also, if we have images, we also have videos. This is a very interesting section because we have a lot of videos. We have, for example, our show demos. So all the demos we have done for the past 25 years in NAB or IBC, you can find it over here. You can find the latest show reel we did with customers from last year. You can see product videos. Let me show you. So for example, in product videos, you can see the webinars. All the webinars we did 2 weeks ago. You can click here and you can, let me show you. You can watch again all these webinars. Always, as you know, some of our videos have a password. It is here, you can copy and paste it. And as you can see, you can watch or share all these videos. In addition, if you're in Vimeo, you can also download the video. So it is very easy to do it. This is the idea, to have something very easy and flexible, and the marketing portal is updated every day. So what else? You can find the different videos that we show on the Brainstorm webpage. So if you want to show our internal chroma key, you just click and you see the video. So it's very fast. What else can we find? Let's go to customers videos. In here, you will see we ask our end customers for the rights to share just for private presentations their shows. So in here, you will find, for example, the Billboard Music Award, where Madonna performed with Infinity Set. You will see many different kind of shows. You have election videos for elections, videos for entertainment shows as Pasapalabra. You can find videos of very photorealistic for post-production companies like this one. See, there is a lot of content in here that you can share. Please remember that the ones that are in red are not allowed to show in public, but you can use it for private presentations. Okay, and also what else can you find in videos? You can find the tutorials. Okay, as you know, every time we sell a product, we always provide our YouTube tutorials. So we have tutorials for Infinity Set. So we have tutorials for Aston, and we have tutorials for Aston Elections. So all of these, let's say, tutorials for education and for learning are uploaded here, and you can access them freely. And finally, the last part of that I wanted to show you is the product information section. Okay, in here, the marketing department presented a lot of our pre-sales documents that we normally provide you with when we give you a quotation. So you will find product diagrams about Infinity Set. Okay, so for example, if you would like an example of a standalone system, you click here and you have this very nice workflow diagram to show what is a standalone system. Okay, what else? Also, you will find, let's say, white papers that we create, that the marketing department creates, that explain different things like what is a virtual set. So it's a guide. We have also written one about understanding the teletransporter. So if you have a customer that wants to know about how does the teletransporter work, it's a very nice document to see. Okay, and this is all I wanted to mention about the marketing portal. And I will finish this session showing you the latest update or the latest development we did regarding pre-sales. As you know, Eric and I are always here to help you with your requirements, with your clients, with your customers. And what we have done with the help of the application specialist is we have elaborated, let me show you, 2 questionnaires. Okay, so let me show you this over here. Okay, we have prepared these 2 questionnaires. We have one for virtual studios and one for broadcast owner graphics. Let's say, for example, if you have a customer that is interested in virtual studios or in augmented reality, this is the typical information we would need in order to provide a customized quotation for your client. What is the typical information we need to know what hardware we need to quote or which license do we need to quote? Normally, if you answer these questions, we will have a very good idea of what they want. What are the typical questions? Okay, what's the video format? Would they like to have tracking system, or are the cameras going to be fixed? What else? Are they going to have a chroma key, or are they going to shoot in a real set? Are there any external chroma key here? So, you know, different information that will help us provide you with a very customized quotation so that we don't sell what the customer doesn't need. What else? For example, does the customer need Unreal integration? They click yes, and always there you can add any additional technical requirement you have. This is the typical questionnaire that a broadcast will be used to know. So for those broadcast lists you have, it's a very good, it's a very simple and easy and quick way to get all this information. And now let's look at the broadcast. So for those customers that wants to have just a CG with overlay graphics, this is the typical questions that we want to know. Let's say things like, do they want a 2D, a 3D, or a complex 3D graphic character generator? Okay, what else we want to know? Okay, of course, the video format, in case they want to have 4K. What else? Things like how many video inputs they want so that we quote the correct video card. And for example, we have some customers that ask for automation or newsroom. So for those customers that they want to have integration with Octopus or with VSN, they can write here their answers and we will know exactly what to quote. It's very simple. We tried. And if you think that we should add any information, please let us know and we can update these questionnaires. What we did is we asked in the past, what is the important information we want? And this is what we included in these two questionnaires. And pretty much once you send us these questionnaires, we will prepare the quotation and we will provide you also with a solution proposal to explain in detail what each license does. We will, you know, we give you the things that you need to explain your customer the solution we are providing you. Okay, so that's all from my side. Now I'm going to pass the word to, I think, Anastasio.
Yeah, just one thing, Francisco, before Anastasio's time, I would like to insist in what you both, Eric and you said, guys, that it's very important to visit and explore and navigate our website and marketing portal, because as you could see, there is a lot of material useful for you. If you have a good understanding of what can you find in those sites, I'm pretty sure you will be much self-sufficient to do brands and promotion, and both are live sites, right? So it means that they are live in the sense that marketing is all the time creating new material in order to be updated, okay, supporting you. So please do it. And also about the questionnaires, they are also live documents, right? And it means that we are adapting and we are updating them to the new circumstances. And since now we are finding many customers that they don't really have any idea about how it works. I mean, the basic broadcast workflow. So we need to put things in a much more clear way. Okay, and that's in the sense we are working now with these questionnaires and other things, right? So yeah, please get used to explore our website and marketing portal, because they are really focused to support you in the best way. So thank you. So Anastasia, I think now you can say about
Yes.
what the course. Thank you.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I would like to share my screen. I don't know if that is possible.
Okay,
Otherwise,
I'm going to show you. 1 second. Make presenter.
Okay. Okay, now I think you can see the schedule for the following days, and I just want to tell you about this and what is going to be necessary to have it ready in your computers if you want. It is not mandatory, but if you want to follow all the process, I will tell you about it. For the people that don't know me, my name is Anastasio Moreno. I will be the application specialist who will be with you for the first 3 days until Thursday. And well, with me, you will be exploring Infinity Set. I guess you already have the schedule, this document. Otherwise, you will be receiving that later today. But as you can see, we have, well, day 1, and then from tomorrow on, you will be seeing different parts of Infinity Set and other features that we have in Brainstorm. First of all, tomorrow we'll be seeing Infinity Set. It will be just an overview. The day after tomorrow, we will continue with more complex stuff, which will require more time. That's why we don't have so many things as the first day. And then we will see the combination with on-demand, okay? All the sessions will be recorded. And as you can see, each session is just of around 90 minutes. So they are going to be short. I mean, they're long, but as you know, we can spend a long time just talking about anything in Infinity Set. So my idea is that if you want to follow all the steps, it is possible, but I think it is more convenient that after each session, as they will be recorded and you will be able to download them, you can repeat all the steps that you have seen during the training. And if you have any question, you can ask the following day, or just drop me a line, or ask the teacher for each day. The idea is that, well, here you can access our drop, where you can find this structure, okay? For the moment, you just have the installers. Later today, you will have some training files, and it is likely that the content for this folder will grow, okay, during the following days. For the moment, you just have what you need for tomorrow, which is the Brainstorm suite, okay, which will contain Infinity Set and also Aston, which is part of the training afterwards. And this is the VSet data, which is a library, the set library. And you will need that if you want to practice with all the pieces of furniture and ready-made sets that we have, okay? So for tomorrow, you will just need these 2 parts and maybe a few files that I will put later on here in training files, but it is not going to be too much, okay? And as I said, if you need to spend a longer time just exploring that, you can check the session, you can repeat all the steps later, you can pause the video, you can repeat all that, and if you have any questions, ask about that later. Something which is very important, and I don't know if everybody is aware. Once you install this, you just need to follow all the steps for the installer, okay? So you need to run this installer for the Brainstorm suite, and afterwards you just need to install the 2 following ones, okay? You will need a license. Let me show you, because once, for example, when you install the Brainstorm suite, you will have something like that. These are the installation files, okay? This is very straightforward. I will advise you to keep the default installation path, so it is easier for you to follow all this. And you will have this host info file, Okay, this will be generated during the installation, and this is what we need to create your license, okay, for the training. So once you have this file, you just need to send that to licenses@brainstorm3d.com. Okay, so I repeat, just in case you're not familiar with this, you have this file in the installation files after running the installer. Okay, you send this hostinfo.txt to this address, and they will send you the appropriate licenses for all the training. Okay. The file that they will send you is just a file which is named the same way, hostinfo. But the extension will be different. It will be an LIC extension. Okay, you will just need to paste the license over here in this same path, and it will work perfectly. Okay, the same for on demand. So in any case, if you have any issue, just ask us. Okay. And that's basically this. If you check later this afternoon or maybe tomorrow before the training, you will be able to see some training files. In my case, they are going to be light files. It will not take a long time to download them, but it is likely that when we start exploring, when you start exploring Unreal Engine with my colleague Max, for example, you will need to spend more time. So I will tell you during these days the kind of files that you will need to download, and I will tell you what to do before. Okay, so don't worry, we will be preparing each session at a time. Just to go over all the training schedule, you can see that we will see the basics of Infinity Set over here. Okay, during the first 3 days till Thursday. This hasn't changed, but this is likely to be Monday. Okay, you will start exploring Unreal integration in Infinity Set. You will do that part with my colleague Max. Okay, Max McKinnon. Then you will continue with Max the following day, also with the Unreal integration. And then you will see the web controller the following day, which will be given by Miguel Oñoro. You will continue with Miguel Oñoro the following day, just by just exploring all the different workflows, okay, which can be complicated, but don't worry, we will do everything step by step. And if you know what we have started doing the first days, you will have no problem just exploring this part. And then we will have Virginia Lopez telling you about Aston Designer, which is very important. Virginia will continue with the integration of Aston and On Demand, and that will be all. Remember that even this is the final day, I will also be showing you On Demand on the third day. So this will be this Thursday, the integration of Aston with On Demand. Okay, my intention is not to tell you about Aston, but only to tell you how to load an Aston project, so you can have a look at this and integrate that as a 3D object in Infinity Set. And that is basically this. If you check this link afterwards, you will be able to download everything that you need. And just remember the email where you have to send your license if you need that. None of this, in my case, is mandatory tomorrow to have that tomorrow morning, but it would be nice if you have that in order to practice afterwards. Okay, so for my part, that is everything. So if you want to, if you have any question, just ask us. But that's everything from my part. I'm going back to you, Francisco, or Borja.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Anastasia. Now it's time for questions and answers. If you want to ask your questions here, or you prefer to send an email, I mean, it depends on you. So for those who's got questions, if you have some doubts about about any detail of the training, how it's happening in the next weeks, or whatever you want to clarify, now it's time to. And as I said, you can use another channel to do it. So is there any question? Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, Mark, you got a question?
Do I read the question, Borja? Or...
Yes, please.
Mark wants to know about if the training, it will be good for starters or it is more about advanced.
Well, I will let Anastasia to respond this question.
I think this is going to be good for starters. This is going to be very complete training, but this cannot be considered absolutely a training. This is more that you are going to be able to control everything that Infinity Set does. Okay, you will know all the features and you will be able to reproduce everything. Okay, maybe you will need more assistance later if you want to do something more complicated, but from a starter level, this is going to be quite affordable because we start from the basics. Okay, it will get more and more complicated as we continue with the training course. But I think if you don't know anything about Infinity Set, maybe you will not finish the training course just knowing absolutely everything, but you will be able to follow the training with no problem.
Thank you, Anastasia.
Yeah. I would like to ask, to add that this is as I said, this is the first time we face this kind of situation, and therefore this is our first virtual training. We had to adapt the content to to new circumstances, and for example, this training, as I said, usually it's held in Madrid, and it takes 1 week, right, from Monday to Friday. It's 1 week, 5 days from 9 to 6, and it's quite nice to enjoy this. Hopefully next year we have again the opportunity to have this format, because after this the training every night we have also some agenda, right, which allow us the opportunity to have a chat each other, to have a better understanding of what our partners they are doing in other markets, and so on, right? And well, now everything is different, so, and we try to adapt. So we know that it was impossible in this virtual format to have you guys, or to pretend to have you from 9 to 6 p.m. every day looking at the computer, and having also one of our engineers explaining there for 8 hours, following hours, something about brainstorm. It was complete nonsense, and that's the reason why we split it in sessions of 90 minutes. Okay, and which is also quite long for a virtual training, but we have adapted this in order to make it more, let's say, to have a kind of entertainment as well. So not just to avoid to make it quite tough for you. And about the content, we try the same. As Anastasio explained, we try to open this to almost every profile, and it also would depend on your time, not just during the sessions, but also practicing what our engineers they are telling you to practice, and the exercises you will have available. It depends on that. Okay, so your progress. the sessions, you need to log on this same GoToMeeting link. So it could be the same link for every day. Was it your question? Okay, now next question, please.
Yeah, one is asking about the recorded sessions. So how are we going to send them? We will send you an email with the link so that you can watch it after the session is finished. Okay, so we will send that by email.
Mm-hmm. So, and do not miss to ask to send an email to licenses@brainstorm3d.com to request your license for the training, as Anastasia explained. Okay, next question, please.
I think that's all, Borja.
Yep.
For now.
Okay. So from my side, I only have to say thank you very much, guys. We are quite happy of having all of you attending this introductory session. I got some comments from one of you guys who attended the sessions of this training last year and the previous year in Madrid. We usually are less than 10 people, okay, because obviously having 1 week available to go to Madrid, and also the cost of the flying ticket and also the hotel, it's a big filter, right? And fortunately, this is another advantage of having this format, because we are more than 30 people, which is, I mean, more than we had ever. So thank you very much again for that, and I hope you're going to both learn and enjoy the training for the next 2 weeks. And as I said, we are all learning from this, right? And this is, to be honest, the first time for us. For sure, we tried our best, but we are here to teach you about Brainstorm and to learn from you as well. So whatever comment, suggestion, recommendation you have, please let us know, and we will make our best. Okay. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.